Hello everyone, welcome to Ansarkari. In today's video, we'll be continuing with the ratio questions and starting with the first question. This question says the ratio of number of cans of orange, pineapple and mixed fruit juices kept in a store is 8:9:15, which means that the number of cans, if they are 16, if the number of cans of orange juice is 16, then the number of cans of pineapple juice will be 18 and that of mixed fruit juice will be 30. Ratio simply means this. We have been discussing it since very long now. So the ratio of number of cans is given here of these respective juices. The second statement tells us if the store sells 25%, 33.33%, and 20% of orange, pineapple, and mixed fruit juices cans, respectively, then what is the ratio of numbers of cans of these juices in the remaining stock? Yani ke if these are the number of cans given in percentage that are sold, then how many of cans will be there that will be remaining with us? So the total number of cans that we have that are given to us in ratio is, so we can simply write here orange, pineapple, and we can write here mixed fruit. M is for mixed fruit juice. So total number of cans का जो ratio है total number of cans. So their ratio is 8 to 9 to 15. It's pretty simple. Next step is if the store sells 25%, 33.33%, and 20% of all these juices, then what happens is we can write here the number of cans that are sold, right? Now, these are 25%. So, whenever this percentage is given, it is pretty obvious that these percentages are of the respective juices, cans, right? So, 25% of the orange juice that was present. So, what happens is we had 8 cans of orange. 25% of it will be what? So, we'll write here 25 per cent, means century. So, we'll write 25 per century of, in mathematics, of means multiplication. So of 8. So this will go by 1, 4 and this will be 2. Which means that there are 2 cans that are sold. So we'll write here 2. If there were 8 cans. Because यहाँ पे हम सिर्फ ratio की बात कर रहे हैं, right? Then respectively, if we move on to the pineapple, then 33.33% is nothing but 1/3. We are aware of it. Multiplied by 9. So we'll directly write here 3. So 3 cans are sold because यहाँ पे sold का लिखा है, right? Store sells. Then 15 will have 20% of 15, which will be 1/5 of 15, which will again be equal to 3. So we'll write here 3 cans. Now, if we subtract the number of cans that are sold from the total number of cans, then we can directly get the ratio of the numbers of cans juices in the remaining stock. So once we subtract these, here we get 12, here we get 6, and here also we get 6, which means 6 ratio 12. Now we can simplify this ratio because it is getting cancelled by 6. So the answer will be 1 ratio 2. So this will be the given ratio. Hence, therefore, this will be the answer to this particular question. So now here also we can write here specifically number of cans that are remaining, right? So this will be the answer for this particular question. I hope you guys understood. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question says, if x minus y ratio y minus z ratio z minus k is equal to this, then what will be the value of z ratio x minus k? X plus k, sorry. So there are the options that are given to us are these. Now, specifically in these type of questions, they are hit and trial questions. We can never be sure that we will be able to find an answer to these kind of questions or not. But all we can do is we can just hit and try several kinds of equations, like by subtracting them or by adding them, so as to find out such values that can fit into the equation that is asked. Like the value is asked of this particular equation. So our sole focus should be this particular equation itself. Right. And we need to find out values or information from the given equation so as to put it here, so as to find its value and what the question is asking. Now, since we know कि ratio में these are the options that are given to us, तो ऐसा ही answer आएगा, because here also the ratio is asked of z to x plus k, and here we are given all the variables and their and the relations among them. So we'll first simply start by writing the given information. See, one point that is very important to understand is we have done this thing previously as well, and even in the concept videos, I made this thing very clear that ratios are nothing but the simple comparisons that are made. For example, if a number is 2, then the another number will be 3, and another number it might be 7. These are simply the comparisons. For example, if I multiply all these by 3, suppose, then it will be 9, 21, and 6. So here also the ratio is same. And here also, if I just remove this 3, then also the ratio is same. But the sole difference is that of the actual numbers or the actual values of the particular given entities, be it A, B, C, or any other entity that is being asked. So the number with which we can understand this by this thing also, the number with which I multiplied here. I'm just repeating this from the concept videos, it was already covered. So if you multiply these by 3, this 3 becomes a k or m or n or any other variable, that doesn't matter. But all we know is that this 3 is such a number that is being multiplied with all of these, जो इनको proportion में रखने में help करता है, so that the ratio it remains the same, and ratio changed now. So this number can be anything. I could have taken 4 or 5 instead of 3. Even then the ratio would have remained the same. And variable, maybe we can choose any variable. I could have even written A for that matter. It doesn't matter. Just that they should be different from the given entities जिनका कि we are finding out the ratio, so as to avoid any sort of confusion. Now, continuing with the question here. So the question, just now I just explained, okay, we use any variable to express all these ratios that are given. We can write x minus y equal to 2, and then we can write a here, since k is already used, right? So we can take any other variable. So this becomes the actual number जिसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं, right? Just the way that we are representing it. So y minus z will be equal to 3a, since the ratio में यहाँ पे 3 लिखा है, right? Then z minus k will be equal to 5. Now the main thing that we have to try, see, we have these 3 given equations. हमें इनको ऐसे add करना है, subtract करना है, so that we get value of this particular portion here. कैसे कर सकते हैं? For example, if I think of it, if I want to replace the values of x and k, maybe I can think of subtracting these two equations, that is 1 and 2 equation, so that the y, it gets replaced, or maybe it gets cancelled. So in order to do this, if I write an x minus y, if I subtract y minus z from it, like, see, the method of subtracting or adding equations is, we first take the LHS and do the operation, and then we take the RHS and do the operation, and we equate it. तो अगर हम subtract करेंगे, तो if I open the brackets, I will get here minus y plus z. तो again ये minus 2 आ जाएगा, and all these 3 variables, they will persist, which I do not want. So I know that instead of subtracting, I need to add these. So this is the approach that we use by thinking, okay, if we do this, what will happen? So in these kind of questions, we can try thinking in this particular manner, and the chances of getting the answer might be a bit less, but if we hit and try, then this question becomes much easier than directly trying all the permutations and combinations. So we need to think beforehand a little bit. So if we are adding these two LHS here, we need to add these as well, right? RHS. So what we do here is we write here 2A plus 3A, which directly, if I write here, see, these will get cancelled and I will get x minus z is equal to 5. Now, one thing should definitely strike me. Instead of again replacing values and then trying to put here and here, there is one clear thing in front of me. What is it? 5A is present here as well and here as well. And the variables that are present here, they are also pretty similar. So what I can do is, I can, if I see that if I replace this 5A with this particular value of 5, then I can remove x from this equation. And sole variables will be x and k, which are present, right? So I can try to do this, and z will still exist in this equation, and therefore I can directly cancel it with z, not remove z, sorry. So x minus z will be equal to z minus k, since it is already given, right? We just created it by our own self, these with the variables a, so as to show that these are specific numbers. On equating, we get x plus k is equal to z plus z, which will be equal to x plus k is equal to 2 times z. So 2z will be equal to x plus k. Now here we can write z, we can just copy it, then ratio, just remove this bracket, then ratio x plus k. Now x plus k is equal to 2z. So instead of writing this, I can write 2z. Why did I write this? So that I can cancel these two, right? Variables will get cancelled and very easily I'll get 1 ratio 2. That is the given answer. So there can be many other methods. For example, we can try by subtracting these two equations, like the equation first and third also. Then also by substituting values and just trying here and there, we can get the answer. This was the easiest approach or the simplest way we could have solved it. So this was there. The main new thing, or perhaps not really new, but the application that was in a new way portrayed in this question was that directly we are writing here these A, so as to have a picture in front of us, कि ये actual numbers हैं. And later on, we obviously take their help to substitute and find out the answer to this question. I hope you understood, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll continue in the next video.